Boston. Jordan. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan. Pushing 5 to play in the third. Kobe. Crawford. Hogan. Oh. Bring it on, Kobe, baby.
You are now tuned into the chat room. Your favorite baller's favorite podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Chatroom Podcast. This is episode 23, and I am the Senator. And with me today, I got Coach Francis.
What it do?
And I also got Jermaine in the building.
What's good?
How y'all doing?
Good, man. COVID is kicking my ass, but I'm all right.
Just trying to adapt, brother. Just trying to adapt, man.
Yeah, This is the first Sunday in a long time where I don't have my TV on. You know, so my Ravens are getting beat up right now with the COVID, so I'm not watching nothing. No football this whole Sunday. I'm off protesting.
All right. On this episode today, we decided that we wanted to bring some legends of Toronto on the Chatroom Podcast. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to give them the opportunity to just say their name and say whatever they want to tell the audience about themselves.
All right, go first. All right, so I'm Tashana Higgins. What do you want to know? Like, what do I want to say about myself?
I guess we could.
Sorry?
I guess we could just say what high school y'all went to.
Okay.
Went to
multiple,
which one specifically?
That's well, me, I don't have that problem. You can name all of them when we get there. I went to Nelson A. Boylan, a small school near Jane and Falstaff community. So yeah, I was there for my years. Anything else you want to know?
So
that's good for now.
Okay.
We'll dive into the rest for sure.
Perfect.
Okay, hello, I'm Christine Hyde. I went to St. Augustine, then I went to St. Mary's, and then I went to Ascension.
Okay.
Nice.
okay.
All right, I'll go next. I'm Ryan Fletcher. I'm not as fun as Christina. I just went to Father Gates. That's it.
And my name's Lauren Griffith. I went to Vaughan Road, and then I went to Eastern Commerce.
All right, dope. Before we even jump into any of the topics, just want to say thank you formally for giving us your time today. I know with COVID, things could be a little up and down, but I'm glad you guys are here with us right now. So we're going to jump into the first topic, and it's like normal, it's just going to be a roundtable discussion. So first thing, what is your favorite bad movie or a movie that you liked that other people didn't like?
I mean, I'm gonna go, but like, why are you laughing already, man?
Ladies first.
You're laughing already, man. No, I'm gonna say my favorite bad movie is those who know me know that I love Titanic. So
it's not a bad movie. It's an Oscar-winning movie.
It's not a bad movie.
Okay, cool.
It's like one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
Whenever I tell people I like Titanic, they always say, "Oh, it's a 3-hour movie about a boat sinking," and then they get at me. So.
I always tell people that I cried watching Titanic, not because of the movie, because I didn't see any black people. Like, no one cared about where the black people were, but they were on the boat.
They were definitely on the boat for sure. But yeah, Titanic is definitely one of my.
I thought that was the time that black people actually couldn't get on the boat.
Yeah.
They were the they shoveled the.
Oh, they were part of the crew.
Into yeah.
Gravel and all that.
They weren't guests. They were working on it. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my favorite bad movie. That's it.
Simple.
Ooh.
Very simple, man. That's it.
Oh, Don't Be a Menace.
Oh my God, that movie trash.
Central. Wow, I love.
Yo.
Yo, he said that quick.
Okay. I had to come with it.
Oh,
Malibu's
man.
Most Wanted.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness, man. Oh my goodness. We going in.
Man, it's funny to me, man. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with not a movie because I'm not really a movie person. I don't have a long enough attention span to watch movies. But my favorite really bad TV is anything Love and Hip Hop or Basketball
For
Wives.
sure, man.
Those are like my guilty
Sure.
pleasures. I've been watching since the beginning, and I have no shame about it.
Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a proud Love and Hip Hop watcher, so
I mean,
it's okay.
I try to watch it, but I can't get into it.
It's just like so trashy, but it's
yeah,
so good.
I can't get into
Yeah.
it, man. I tried
It's
to.
pretty good when it first came out. I don't know now.
It's still good.
I think it just got better over time.
Messier, and like you're like, are they really even hip hop people? Are they really even in love? It's like, no, they're not. Whatever. They're just here to try to like, I don't know, turn into Cardi B, like whatever. I'm totally here for all of it. Yeah.
Sure.
It's a mess.
I think Lauren wins. I
don't know. I mean, I'm gonna go down the Lauren route. Jersey Shore. I don't know something about that show.
Yo, I love Jersey
Bro,
Shore.
come on, man.
It was horrible.
I love Jersey Shore.
I'm gonna say Jersey Shore. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
You might actually just have won. Yeah, that
Come
was
on, man.
that's
Jersey Shore.
awful.
Winner. Gang on.
Nah,
Look, he was funny, man. Like,
I'm gonna say Jersey Shore.
what?
Yo,
Man, that was a Thursday ritual. Still,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Man, I remember that.
My bad TV show would be 90 Day Fiance. That's
Oh, yeah.
but I watch it every Sunday.
Oh my lord.
Wow.
Mine would have to be that one that just came out, where they can't canoodle on the island.
Oh, Love Island.
that one's awful.
No,
Island. Too Hot to Handle.
Too Hot to Handle.
That was awful.
Too Hot to Handle. The first episode, I was like, "This is horrible."
Yeah.
I'm
And you got hooked.
And then I was like, "Oh my god, popcorn!"
Oh man. Damn.
That's a good one. I hope they have a second season.
I was seriously trying to think because I was going in between movies and TV shows as you guys said it. So I'm gonna go for movie. I'm gonna go Kung Pao.
Oh, really?
Never.
And
That was trash.
Oh, what?
yeah, and I watch it probably every 2 years. And for TV, it's gonna be Catfish.
Oh, that's
Oh,
such a
come
good
on,
one.
bro.
That's such a good
That is a
show.
good, yeah, it is a good show.
I love
Like,
that show.
No,
It's
it's not.
just
It's so good. Maxine, yes.
it's just a thing for me. I'm like, how are you still making seasons now? Like it's
Yeah,
been like 9 seasons and people are still getting,
Still getting catfish.
crazy catfish. Like I just don't get it. So I
It's gonna
always
be
watch
worse.
it. Like
Well, we're in the
gonna
age of the internet,
Yeah.
social media, right? So it's expected.
Exactly. It's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
no, but I'm saying nobody should be dating somebody for 4 years and not seeing them at
Not
all.
see them
like
once.
you can't
Well, no. That's exactly where it's gonna go. We're separated. Look where we
Yeah,
are.
we're in COVID. That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
You know,
That's
so
true.
it's
You can
worse.
still find a way. This is
That's
one of those
true.
things, like this is like the ultimate. If a person wants to see you or a person wants to be with you, they'll find a way. That's
Find
how
a
you
way.
know, right?
Factual,
It's like
yeah.
in COVID
Factual.
times. If they're not trying to see you, then like
They're not trying to risk it. They're not trying to risk it.
Facts.
It's not real.
Not worth COVID.
facts.
Facts.
I'm worth COVID. I'm fucking worth COVID. Know that shit. I'm fucking worth COVID. Okay.
I hear that.
And an honorable mention to Love After Lockup.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Never. Have you heard that one? Never heard that one.
We need to change the subject before I get all
Yeah.
like exposed right now for the trash
because
TV that I watch.
I'll go on a tirade about Love After Lockup if I keep going. So let's go to the next one. Who is your who do you find that's the funniest comedian, and who do you find that's not funny at all?
The rest of them say out the gate, Kevin Hart's not funny.
Okay.
Out the gate.
I can agree with you. Some, yeah.
He has
His
his
first
moments,
two-
but I don't find him the funniest.
Yeah, he has
Right.
moments. Like I remember his first two stand-up that he did, they were tough. And then after that, to me it feels like he's just recycling his jokes. He's recycling everything over. Like it's not nothing new. Like to me, the funniest person, like I'm tied because I got Eddie Murphy as like my all-time like stand-up, and like Raw and Delirious. Like I can watch that anytime. And then my next one is Cat Williams.
Cat Williams, yeah.
I
He's
love
dope.
Cat Williams.
That's the two that I got for sure.
All right.
I would say Cat Williams and Bernie Mac, even when he came out with
Ooh.
his show.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Bernie
That's a good
Mac
one.
was always
That's a good one.
funny to
That's a good
me.
one. Yeah.
Rest in peace to the legend.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Right.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you guys said some nice ones. I mean, I like Mike Epps. Like, he is funny to me. And when I got to see him in person on an accident, this was when it was a blackout.
Yeah.
And he did some funny stuff, man. Like putting plates that he was eating. Because I met him in a hotel, and he was like, he ate from a plate and he just like stuffed the plate underneath the chair. Like it was just how he did it and what he said. I was just like, oh, this man is hilarious. All the Fridays I'm gonna watch.
I don't
over
find
and over and over and over again and say every single thing that he did. And I agree with you with Kevin Hart. Like, yeah,
I don't find Tiffany Haddish funny either.
I'm
She's not funny
either.
Why?
I don't think she's funny.
She's not good.
I don't think
I
she's
think
funny.
I think they're the same.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I think she's just the female version of Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Like, she's there to be the animated person in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't limit the her animation, it just goes on way too long.
Yeah.
Like she'll be funny to start for like the first minute, and then she just overdoes it like the longer you see her.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like Dave Chappelle.
Pardon me?
Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah.
I like
His show was funny, but I don't find
His show
his
was very
stand-up funny.
Yeah.
His show, Chappelle show was hella funny.
I don't really watch comedy shows. I don't know. I think I'm funny myself, so I'm like, I don't want to watch that. So see, I made you laugh. But like in movies, like he's been in a few movies, and like all he has to do is just say it. Like he just has to scream the right way, and I'm dying of laughter. Like he's hilarious.
Certain people have that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I like him, and I wrote actually a couple of stuff. Chris Tucker.
Yeah, he's my guy.
Chris Tucker's funny, yeah.
Chris Tucker is hilarious. Rush Hour. He's hilarious. And then Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean is the guy. I mean, it's not the normal, but you know, when he makes a funny facial expression, I'm just like, your face.
Nah, he's a legend. He's a legend.
Legend.
He's a legend.
Right? You have to give him his props. But I agree with. I'm not really a fan of Kevin Hart. I would say he's my least favorite.
Did any of you guys watch his recent
It
stand-up?
was COVID one. It's COVID stand-up.
But I definitely see comments about it. People are not.
Yeah, he was getting destroyed. He was getting destroyed.
Yeah.
I like to avoid train wrecks, so I didn't spend my time watching it, to tell you the truth.
I mean, yeah, he was.
I feel like he's just a bad ambassador now. Like, you know, he's just, that's who he is now. He just transitioned.
Yeah, definitely. Man, who you got, man?
Me, well, I mean, I don't listen to comedy, but Bernie Mac, Chris Tucker, those guys right there.
And Lise?
Who's your least favorite?
Lise? Oh my God. All of them.
All right. Lauren, did you go?
I would say my favorite comedian is Cat Williams for sure, and I would say that I'm the opposite of Christine. I like Dave Chappelle's stand-ups, but I didn't like the Dave Chappelle show. I just didn't really get it. But I don't think I like sketch comedy. I think I've gotten to a place where I can admit that I'm not a sketch comedy person, so I never really liked it.
That's what's up.
But you didn't like the Dave Chappelle show?
Mm-mm. I never really understood why people thought it was so funny. I'm like, I don't.
It was hilarious.
I don't know. I didn't like. Okay, what? Like, what the hell's going on? I think his stand-ups are really good because he also is really good at infusing current events and infusing like social and political things into his comedy, which I really appreciate. And I think he does it in such a brilliant way. But for me, the Chappelle show just didn't land. Like, I just didn't really like. I tried. I really tried. I watched it and I just couldn't. I'm like, I don't understand why he's pretending to be a crackhead. Like, this isn't funny.
But that's funny.
No, I thought it was just like really stupid.
Like the like Prince episode.
The Prince one was funny. Yeah, Prince was hella funny.
I just couldn't. I couldn't do it.
If we wanted to get our first headline of the podcast, it was just there right there. Like, I didn't find the Dave Chappelle show funny. Like, it's gonna go.
I know. I was hesitant to say that because I feel like in like the Black community, that's one thing you don't say. But
yeah,
here it is. Here it is, y'all.
You're supposed to keep that comment to yourself to let you.
There are some like classics with his episodes, man. Like classics.
John, the Little John skits.
The Little John.
Funny.
The Black KKK member.
I thought that one was good, but I didn't think it was funny. I thought it was like I thought it was interesting, an interesting perspective, and like good to show. But I didn't think it was funny.
Yeah,
like I think Uncle Ruckus is funnier than like as a Black guy who thinks he's white and like he wants to be white than the Black guy who's part of the KKK in the Dave Chappelle show. Like Uncle Ruckus to me is better.
That's fair.
All right.
Whatever.
I appreciate your controversial statement. It's going to help us take this podcast to the next level.
I always be honest. There you go. That's where you get it. Here it is. Ron Unfiltered.
For sure.
So for me, I have my Mount Rushmore and it hasn't changed. It's Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle. I have Patrice O'Neal on there. Rest in peace to Patrice O'Neal. And I have Bill Burr. I think Bill Burr is really good. Yeah, I think anybody that can go on a Philly stage when the crowd is booing the hell out of the first comedian and just cuss the audience and turn them around to make them cheer you in 12 minutes, you're a legend. Like, Philly stages are nowhere to play with. And who I don't find funny, anybody on Saturday Night Live.
Anybody? Like right now or just in general?
No, like right now. Like
I was like what?
Jim Carrey?
Huh?
Jim Carrey wasn't Jim Carrey?
I didn't find him funny. Like
Jim Carrey.
I didn't find him funny on it. I thought Maya Rudolph was the one that stole all the show on all the skits. I didn't find Jim Carrey that funny, to tell you the truth.
He's funny though.
He's funny. He's a legend. He's a legend for like acting. Like I have The Truman Show as one of my favorite movies of all time, and stuff. And Ace Ventura was one of my favorite movies as a kid. But as far as like their cast now, I don't find any funny skits on there at all. Okay. So we'll move to the last one for the round table. What is your weirdest food combination?
I'd be like thinking, because back in the day when I was younger, I used to do like curry and ketchup. Oh.
What?
Yeah.
That is worse than me not liking the Chappelle show. That's bad.
I was a ketchup.
Never say that out loud.
Curry what though? Curry what?
Like curry chicken.
It doesn't matter.
Ketchup on the rice. Like, I was a ketchup fiend. So
I do the ketchup on the rice thing.
Same.
I did
Okay.
that. I did that.
I
eggs.
can't get over this
What
curry.
vegans are you
This
people?
I don't
curry and
even
ketchup.
eat meat, Shauna, but the disrespect to that.
This is what I used to like. I was young. I'm not going back how far, but yeah, I was young.
This was like 2 days ago. I'm not gonna go back to that.
I don't eat meat anymore either. So, but I was trying to think about it, but yeah, I just sometimes I make mixed leftovers and it doesn't make any sense, but it's usually like some type of green, some type of quinoa or something, and whatever.
I
can't get over the
just
curry
can't go over the curry and
Yeah,
ketchup, to tell you the truth.
I
Like,
can't either.
But
You
see,
should
now
have gone last to
I'm
Shauna.
the new
Now it's
headliner now, Lauren. Yeah.
No, because
Yeah.
I'm just so upset with you.
I don't know.
That-
Where do we go from here?
Yo.
Next
Where
question.
do we go from here? Where do we go
Shauna, you should
now?
have went
I mean, I got a few weird ones, but I'm not sure it will top that. But I got like, so I do like peanut butter sandwich with cheese on it.
Oh,
That.
What?
Do that.
people are like, oh, wait, I didn't. You guys should have said this before you guys come on here. What kind of people are
That's
you?
nice, man. That's nice. It's nice.
Peanut
I do
butter
that.
and cheese.
Disgusting.
Yeah, and then
That might be worse. Well, I don't know if that's worse. It's like on the
No,
same
that is worse. That is worse.
no, it's
That
not.
sounds
No,
like
it's not.
running belly.
It's
That
not,
sounds like
No, it's nice, man.
that doesn't sound right.
And then the next one, like honestly, like I don't know how this came about. I don't know. I don't know like what like I don't know. All right, but
I feel like
I
the
got
big
like
wind up is it's just gonna be disgusting.
I don't know, but like so like yeah, you guys know the crunchies, the Cheetos, but the crunchy ones, the thin crunchy ones.
Oh my god.
Hey, Mary, relax, man.
Like the hot Cheetos.
No, not the hot ones, but like just the thin crunchy ones with like maple syrup on it.
Oh. Okay, the podcast
Hey.
is over.
Yo,
Yeah,
no,
what?
Listen.
I have like dead bodies in your closet.
Don't
That's a
judge
big
it.
one that
Don't
he
judge it. It's sweet and crunchy. I'm putting y'all on. I'm putting y'all on.
No,
thank you.
no, you're not.
I'm putting y'all
You're about to get me. Nope.
Well, yeah, no.
you know, I said the last podcast I was really trying my hardest not to make facial expressions when coach speaks, but like I can't help it at this point right now. I
I'm putting
think
y'all on, man.
we've got to a level of 2020
Yeah.
just on this podcast alone.
This is next
Hey,
level.
man. Someone's gonna comment on it and they're gonna say coach was right. Y'all gonna see.
Wow.
Fingers crossed.
Damn, bro.
The belly. I'm not me. That won't be.
I don't know what to go.
Can we
I don't
move
know
to,
even know.
Can we
what
move to
go.
the next question? I don't want anyone else to answer this because now I'm getting scared. Like that's a question you should not ask anyone else
I feel like at this point, it's just like disrespect.
ever again. It reveals things about people that like we just shouldn't know. Like I shouldn't know that you eat cheese on your peanut butter sandwich, and I shouldn't know that you put ketchup with your curry. Like I shouldn't know.
I used to. Past tense.
No, I can't. I should know this. Weird.
Oh man.
Does anyone have one that can top any of those three?
Nope.
Oh,
I'm appalled.
Oh.
I just want to let you both know that we support your courage
Hey,
of
man.
stepping up and saying these, and
there's no
this is a safe
support.
space.
There's some things that
Hey,
should have
man.
been
Yeah.
kept secret. To be honest, that,
People thought I was crazy. People
I
thought I
don't
was crazy.
that was one of them. And your cheese and peanut butter, like
Nah.
take that to the
There
grave. Don't
are
yell
people
Yeah.
there are people that thought I was crazy, and I told people, and they rock with it.
You should probably stop telling
They rock with
people.
Nah, man.
Totally
They
agree.
rock with it. I'm putting y'all on, man. I'm telling you.
No, thank you though. No, thank you.
No.
Do you melt the cheese? Like, is it
Yeah.
warm?
yeah,
Ooh.
melt.
Right? That's
So I toast the bread, put the peanut butter on it,
Nah, man. Stop, bro. Stop.
Yeah,
a little bit of
stop,
cheddar cheese.
stop talking.
It's good, man. It's good. I'm telling y'all. It's good.
I don't know who
All right,
you're
well-
trying to justify or who you're trying to
Well,
convince.
since y'all
That's not good.
Yeah.
since y'all trying to
Not
put me
working.
on like on an island on my own, y'all trying to like
Oh,
Scam-
you're out there
Well,
already.
that's where you're gonna end up if you keep
Yeah.
telling people that you eat peanut butter and cheese sandwiches on an island by yourself.
You're
Y'all trying
Tom
to
Hanks
scandal me
right
right
now.
now, man. Y'all
So you
trying to
should
scandal
stop.
me. Man. You said Tom Hanks?
You're
Yeah,
Tom
that's
Hanks
it.
right now. You're casted away so far. Like,
Damn, on Castaway. All right, that's cool. All right, well, you know what? I'll go next question. Y'all trying to scandal me. I'm not here for it right now. All right, well, this is for the guests. All right, kind of take us through your journey, like how like your journey about playing basketball. Like, what sparked your interest with hoops? You know, like you guys are all part of the kind of the growing theme in basketball in Toronto. Like, what sparked that for y'all?
For me,
I'll go first.
Oh,
okay,
I'll
go
go
ahead.
first.
Go ahead.
For me, like I remember I started playing basketball in grade 3. So my dad brought me to this Mississauga Monarchs basketball camp and just had me playing. And he, like, after that first day, we went to Canadian Tire, went and picked out a basketball net, put it in front of the house, and that was our thing. So, you know, that would be my time with my dad. So I think my love of basketball wasn't necessarily basketball. It was just the fact that I got to play basketball with my dad. So that's, you know, that's where my spark. I never looked at the ball and I was like, ooh, I want to go play that. I was like, oh my God, I want to do backflips and cartwheels and I want to be a gymnast. And he told me I was going to be too tall. So there goes my dreams. But it's definitely the time that I got to spend with my dad. That did it for me.
it's dope.
Well, for me, it was my older brother. So he played. David, you played with him. So
Yeah.
it was him, like me going to his games and when they went to tournaments and things like that. Because in the beginning, I played soccer and I just couldn't get into just running back and forth and nobody's scoring and you're tired and nothing's happening. And sometimes at the end of the game, it's 0-0. So when I went to my brother's games and it's like constant cheering, something's always happening, I was like, well, how can you not love this sport? So my brother is who kind of got me into it.
Nice. Wow. None of my siblings played. I don't even, well, my sister at one point, but it wasn't her that got me into it. Believe it or not, I used to be a bully. And
Believe it.
right. You know, it was like when I look back at it, it was like, okay, why was I doing the things that I was doing? And it was like craving for attention. You know, I was young or whatever, and I'm a kid. I'm in, you know, Jane and Chesapeake community and stuff like that. Everybody has to defend themselves, type of thing. And so, yeah. So, but the thing is, people never wanted to play with me because obviously I'd beat them up. So then it was like playing basketball with the mandem, right? From the block. And it was like, oh, they were cheering me on. And I didn't have to beat anybody up to be recognized. So it was like, okay, I enjoy this. I enjoy playing ball. And I'm playing with the guys. And they're like roughing me up, like hitting me in my chest. Like, didn't even care that I was a female.
That playground basketball.
What? It was,
Yep.
that's why, you know? So it was just like another outlet for me too, for other reasons in the household and stuff like that, and just grew into a love and a passion. But that's kind of like how it kind of started out for me.
So.
Now I know where the elbows came from in your
I really had to tone it down. I really
Shut up.
I started playing basketball in the 9th grade, so like pretty late. And I only started playing basketball because I used to really like volleyball. I played volleyball, and basketball season came before volleyball season. So I was like, okay, well, let me just try this basketball thing. Whatever, I don't know, like get ready for volleyball and just do something, right? And I actually just ended up falling in love with basketball and then never played volleyball again. So, yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, as I mentioned earlier, like all y'all kind of you guys are all involved with kind of the fandom in basketball in Toronto. Like, what are some of your most memorable high school moments?
Leaving.
Playing ball?
Oh God!
But remember, Christine
High
went to
school
3
was
different
long
schools.
and there was a lot going on.
That's true. That's true.
And I was
Like,
from high school to high school. It wasn't fun.
really? Oh. See, I can relate to that part. But, for memorable, like I think just playing the atmosphere, like of playing sports, or not just basketball, there's a whole bunch of sports, how we were just so supportive of each other, you know. And it's like we sit there, even to this day, like we sit back and we reminisce, like, yo, we used to come to the game, like the stands used to be filled, you know, and it was crazy. You make a basket, everybody's going nuts, jumping off the wall, and then you see the principal with their always, how everybody sit down, like, you know, it was just so hype, and it was a community, man. Yeah, so I that's what I remember the most, like, about high school, just us coming together, you know.
So,
My favorite memory was my last year at Eastern. We went OFSA when that was like actually a thing that anyone cared about. But that was pretty dope. And yeah, that's like not a thing anymore. They don't even like play high school basketball. It's like a whole league with cameras and like parents and shit. It's very strange. But yeah, that was a good time. I would also like agree with Christine. I think we have a lot in common. I was like so ready to leave. I was over it. Yeah. Once I figured out like what the hell it was all about, I was like, nah, this isn't for me. I don't want to be here. But yeah.
I'm gonna have to disagree with both Lauren and Christine. I loved high school. Actually, it's so funny because 2 days ago I had a dream that I was at Gates, sitting on the bench. I don't know why I was on the bench, but I was on the bench getting ready to play. Coach Maxton was our coach, and so I still dream it. High school was honestly one of the best times of my life, and it was all around basketball. I didn't have really. I mean, I had a few outside friends, but it was like my friends was the basketball crew, like, and it was a family, and everything that came with it. So just like Tashana said, you know, you get in there and the stands are full and you play and everyone's stomping on the, you know, stomping on the ground, and it's just the energy that came with it. It was a beautiful time for me personally. Coach Maxton really emphasized family and us being one, so we would always get together even after practices, and like we'd go on tournaments together, and it was just a family. It was nice, you know. And then going to OFSA 5 years in a row, that also helps. It's just enjoyable, you know. I mean,
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna flip it. So y'all kind of had varying responses for high school. Like, what were some of your most memorable college moments? Because I'm pretty sure all y'all went to college down south. So
beating Baylor when they were ranked number 1.
Ooh, that's nice.
And you were at Texas Tech, right, Christine?
And that was good because the year before, Brittany Griner punched my teammate.
I know. I remember.
So it was good that
I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that.
Ranked 1.
Oh, who's your team that?
We were on ESPN for like a week.
Yeah, ESPN. Yeah, I remember.
Saw that. Oh, I did not put 2 and 2 together. Damn. So like, okay, we'll talk on the other side.
Oh man!
Wow. Wow. I'm trying to think. Hitting. Okay, so yeah, we were in a losing. I went to Norfolk State University in Virginia, my last 2 years. So we were losing. We were on a losing streak, a bad losing streak, and that was one of the games that I had like a really, really, really good game, and just hitting, like stealing the ball and going up for putting us up 2 points, and then us eventually winning that game. Like, it was good. It was a breath of fresh air. Like, you know, like, especially if you're there and you don't feel like you're contributing much, like, you know, you're an import player. So it's like, yo, you got to come with it. And we're losing. It's kind of like the same kind of feeling when you're playing overseas. So it's like, you know, I had to do something, and I was happy that I was finally able to contribute, and then it could be like, okay, we can depend on Tashana and stuff like that. And, you know, and it was up from there on that point. So like that was memorable, like on the playing field. I have a whole bunch of memorable things that happened.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I would say that mine doesn't really have much to do with basketball. For me, basketball was like, I was kind of over it in college. It just wasn't fun anymore. But hanging out with my teammates was always a good time, and the parties. And my first year, I went to an HBCU, so that was a good time. That was a great time. There's nothing like an HBCU experience. Like,
What?
I would recommend every Black kid go to an HBCU because it's a good time. But yeah.
Oh, I'm like, all these Black people?
Yeah. It's like everywhere you look,
Being arrested or harassed?
best thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so good.
What?
Yeah.
Every day was a movie. Like going outside.
Yeah.
Nobody slept.
Incredible. Yeah, literally. And when I was there when President Obama won
yes,
term, and
Yeah.
it was insane. I'll never forget that night. It was insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I loved it too. I was in a Republican state, so best believe when he won, all them was going crazy.
No, you just brought me to memory lane on that one, Lauren.
Yeah. Good times.
I really can't think of a most memorable moment for Western. I actually only played for 1 year at Western, and it was enjoyable. But I think the same thing that Lauren said. My love for basketball, it's different. When you go overseas, it is different, completely different level. The girls were amazing. Road trips were a lot of fun. Actually, you know what? I think we played against North Carolina in one game, and I remember we lost by about 80 points. And it was 80. It was about 60 to 80, somewhere around there. And it was just amazing being in that stadium. And no, it wasn't full or anything, but just to stand there and say, like, this is what I see on TV. Like, this experience, like, this is where, like, they usually play, and then we're playing them and they're beating us. Like, this is amazing. Who can say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, who gets to say that they lost to North Carolina? I can say that. So that was
I hear that.
That's it for me.
If it makes you feel better, I lost to Syracuse. We lost to Syracuse my first year by like 80 points too. So whatever. And we didn't even get to go to Syracuse, so it wasn't even like we had like a fun trip. It just, they came to us, they kicked our ass, and then they left. Yeah. Fun times.
Damn.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
we only lost to Tennessee by 20. It was on national TV, but I thought that was bad. But I'm not taking an 80 piece then. At least
I'm trying to think, did we ever get an 80?
Yeah.
We got a 50 and a 60 for sure, but I don't think 80.
Yeah. That non-conference schedule, that was hectic.
Yeah, yes. Right? Hall, New Mexico, like
hectic.
What are your thoughts on the
I love the non-conference schedule because you actually get to go around the country where you kind of know in your conference who you're gonna play. You can play them again. Like it's
exactly.
I like that every year you got to go to like a different place. Like,
do you all see the South Carolina score?
Oh God.
Wasn't it like 110 to like?
Oh God.
Yeah, it was like 119 to 38. So it was an 81 point loss on national TV.
On national.
Hey, you gotta take your hits somewhere, right?
I was kind of rough. Yeah. That's
an experience.
That's rough. Yeah.
I'm not trying to experience. Sorry, I'm not.
It can be seen as some people's lowest point. From there, they can only go up. Hopefully, if the next if the next game is even more, I don't know what to say after that point. Yeah. Just blame COVID.
Yeah,
real.
Oh,
you Yeah, you can use that for anything now. So
Yeah, Nate Robinson used that too.
He did.
Isn't this what we're doing right now?
I wasn't even trying to get into it, you know. Like
I wasn't
even trying to get. Damn.
Hold that.
He held that for sure. He held that.
Too eager. Too eager.
Bounced his head off the ground like a basketball.
Damn, bro.
That's for sure.
Not nice, guys.
It was.
He was doing okay though. That's good.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He posts on IG this morning.
He did. Yeah.
What did it say?
What
Basically
can he
just
say?
saying thank you for.
He said
He was basically just saying thank you for your support and whatever.
Ain't
He didn't
nobody
mention
supporting
anything about the fight.
Bro, they gotta
Then I saw all these people comments, yo, bro, I love you, man.
Yeah,
I got you.
I seen that after.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, that's some real. They had a line, they capping or something.
Yeah. All of them.
For sure, Captain. For sure, Captain.
the one
Reggie
that
Miller
got
on
to
there
me,
commenting?
the one that got to me was someone retweeted his tweet where it said time for a nap, and this was like 9 years ago to the day yesterday.
Yeah.
So they retweeted it and said yes it was.
Oh my
And
god.
I was like, all right, internet's undefeated, man.
Yeah, for sure.
They even got a Nate Robinson challenge, bro.
Yeah.
Man,
Already?
I'm telling you.
Already.
Yeah.
Laying on the ground.
Boy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Time.
Is there butt in the air too? Because
Yeah.
Come on.
They waste no
Let that-
time.
Let that man live, man.
It's planking remix.
won't. Not anytime soon. Like anytime soon.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The funniest one I saw was when they did the like they edited it so that when you got hit, you lost the rings. Like,
The Sonic rings.
Yeah. That was like that. Like I had to like turn my phone off for like 5 minutes. So that was hella funny.
That was clever.
All right,
Go ahead,
Jermaine,
man.
you're up.
All right. So ladies, I got a 2-part question for you. What played into your decision to attend a post-secondary institution that you went to, and what was the process like?
What plagued the decision? Free education. Like I'm gonna be real. Without it, I probably couldn't afford it. And like thinking about OSAP and all this other kind of debt, I want to know parts of it. My parents want to know parts of it. So that really kind of like when I got to maybe about like grade 10, grade 11, that's when it was like, oh yeah, I can really like get a scholarship. Like you're always getting letters, but like when the phone calls start happening, then it's like, okay, people are actually interested and I do have an opportunity here. And I think that's what kind of like piqued that interest. And then when like schools were coming to my school to say, hey, we want you, I was like, okay, this is a thing. Like this is what I really want now. And like you always kind of like go to tournaments and you see coaches there, but you don't ever really think that they're looking at you because there's so many other Americans there.
Yeah.
So when you get that phone call, it's like, hey, people are watching. So that's kind of like what really mostly the financial part is what kind of like pushed me to get that free scholarship. And then the school, I chose that school because honestly, I wanted to be as far away from home as possible. I was like, if anything happens, I'm not going to be like, Mom, come get me. And I'm literally like right at the border. Like, I didn't want that. Like, I wanted to tough it out. Like,
Nice.
So that's why I went all the way to Texas and I enjoyed all 4 years of it. Like,
That's tough. So did all you guys have multiple offers?
I had multiple. I don't know.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't. I had a couple, but not like a lot. I wasn't really sought after that much. So for me, it was kind of just like out of the couple options that I had, what made most sense. And when I got a call from an HBCU, I was like,
no brainer.
I was like, sounds good to me. All right, back up and go to the middle of Maryland. Woo! Fun times.
Went to Maryland Eastern Shores.
Yeah. I feel like I think I was there when you. I don't know if you were there after I was there, or because I was only there for 1 year, and then I went to a D2 in Massachusetts. But I feel like you were there when I was there. Yeah. Oh wait, was the year that I was there? Yeah.
Okay, so then yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Fun time. I came to visit Norfolk State, but not for basketball. Bloop, 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 bloop. That was a fun story.
Okay.
Yep, fun times.
Do that for the next podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a part 2 of off the court
Right?
activities.
Activity. Let
Oh
them
man.
For me, as Christine said, education. You know, at that time I had lost my mother, so it's like basketball was my clutch. Basketball was my love, like my new best friend. So I was gonna push and go as far as I could within basketball. I had a great school and community that supported me. To this day, I appreciate and try to do whatever I can to give back in that sense. Yes, multiple offers, but one thing I like to stress with the young kids, if you don't get those SATs and ACT scores, all those offers stop, right? And that's what happened to me. And my path was different, 2 different JUCOs, and then the last 2 years in at Norfolk State University, and that's all because of the ACT and SATs. Like, I was sought out by UMass and Pepperdine and VCU, and it's like everything was shut. Like, as soon as my scores came in and I didn't pass, it was like no call, no more letters, no nothing. And I feel like everybody's path is different. Everybody's beautiful. Everybody's path is a beautiful story, to share, especially for the younger generation, because you have a mindset, and sometimes it just doesn't work out that way, but it works out exactly how it's supposed to work out. So yeah, definitely financial aspect was one of the major reasons, and just to go as far as I could with basketball, so yeah.
Nope.
Well said.
All right, everybody? Yo.
Excuse me.
Lies.
Yes, 100%. Books first. Student athlete. You're a student before you're an athlete. So your books come first.
I'm kidding.
It should. It definitely should.
That's what we tell ourselves, but when you get to college, that's not how it is. Okay. Oh, I gotta go to study hall. Oh, you better finish these laps first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Through that.
Oh no, Ryan didn't answer. I interrupted.
All right, ladies. Last question.
Oh, I didn't get to go yet.
Ryan didn't go. Ryan didn't go.
Yeah.
Hello, hi. Right. Yeah, no. For me, I did have quite a few offers. First and foremost, accreditation. That was something that was important to me. So when it comes to your diploma, there are certain schools that aren't accredited. So if they aren't accredited, when you come back to Canada, your diploma won't necessarily be acknowledged in Canada. So that was an easy way for me to kind of cut some of the schools out. Because that was obvious. I'm coming back to Canada. This is my home. I'm not staying down there. Trump and all that and thing there.
Wow.
Right? So that was the first thing. And the next thing was, I was the opposite of Christine. I was like, Mom, Dad, like, I need to be close to you. I had an opportunity to go to school in like Florida or Texas. And it was like, I'm never gonna see my family. I am a sucker. So I was like, I had a school in Michigan, another one in New York. and one in Philadelphia. So those are like my top three. And it really just came down to, I wanted it to be within a 15-hour drive at most. And then when I got to the school, it was like what felt right. And when I got to Western Michigan, it felt good. I felt safe. It was, I think it was about 8 hours away. So my dad would come and drop off some oxtail and rice and peas and chicken and drive back the same day to go back. Like, that was like
That's tough.
perfect school for me. Right.
Wow.
Right? Because when you get to the States, you ask them, like,
Get
where,
the
I want to
audacity
get a
to take
patty.
down the
and
burger
they'll say,
aisle.
like,
You're
a
right.
beef patty? And I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, tofu, like with the bread. Like, they're like, no. So, I really wanted to be close. And when I got to the school, I went on my visit and it just felt right. The campus was a nice big campus. I wanted it to be big enough so it felt like a big school. And close to home. So that was it for me. So I spent my 4 years at Western Michigan and I wouldn't change it.
Dope.
So, all right, ladies. What advice would you give to the next generation of female hoopers coming up in the next city?
Stop posting highlights on Instagram. You don't look that good. Like, stop it. I'm over it. I'm tired of seeing all these highlights, and then when I go and I see these players in person, it's like you can't even make a left-hand layup. Like, it's like lying on your resume.
It's funny because the last episode we're talking about that. Like it's
like lying on your resume.
It's a hype thing. It's a hype thing now.
It is.
Yeah.
And because like they watch college basketball or even the NBA and they see all this stuff. When you go to college after media day, cameras are not always in your face. They're not there with you when you got to get up to go to practice at 6 a.m. They're not there with you in study hall. They're not doing all that. But like they get this now in these prep schools and they give them like that's the atmosphere that they're going to in college. And it's not it. It's not it. So everything like for them now is like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. And they look good on all these social media outlets. And then you go and half of them have like when I say basketball IQ is lacking in the younger generation, it is so sad.
100%.
They're just going out there and it's like an and one mixtape and it's like you have no idea even how to use these moves. Everybody wants to do Euro step, taking charges, and it's just it's a sad.
Lord.
like honestly, like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm getting better in secret. I'm in the gym by myself with no cameras, no nothing or whatever. But I'm gonna post it on Instagram so you know that I'm in the gym in secret. Like that's what it is. So it's like if you're really gonna get better behind closed doors, that it stayed behind closed doors.
Right.
Then
we don't want
that.
that.
That's what I'd rather see. Like stop posting everything on Instagram because you're throwing people off when you look good on Instagram, and then when we're coming to watch you play a full game, and it's a shit show.
Crazy. As I was saying, like we mentioned we talked about it on the last episode. It's like, and like as a coach, like when kids send me their highlight tape, I don't even look at it. I'm like, listen, I need a half. Like send me a half of actual game film. Send me a link to one of your games. I'm not trying to, because like everybody's highlights, you look like Jordan, you look like Braun, you look like Curry, because like everyone shoots 100% on their highlights. Obviously, like they're not missing layups, they're not missing shots, they're not turning the ball over. Like it's not showing nothing but your best. So nobody wants to see that. So as y'all were saying earlier, like it's basically like lying on your resume. So
the edits are crazy now.
Crazy. But yeah,
it's like even fire with the shot, like that.
But how are you supposed to know that they're on fire if they don't add fire to the shot? Like
after one, they probably went 1 for 10, and it was.
It's crazy. Like it's crazy. Like I got a video one time. I'm not gonna say the kid's name. But
yeah, don't air out the kid.
I got a video one time, and like this, like basically like our school has a lot of athletes, so we're looking for like specific guys. So guys are gonna shoot the ball well. So I'm looking for like knockdown, Klay Thompson kind of shooter. I watched this video, and obviously this kid's shooting from deep, like set, letting it go. I'm like, okay, he's what I need. Now, okay, you know what? Just send me a half to your last game. I just want to see your half. 0 for 12. I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe that's just a, you know, just
Right.
maybe it's just that game. So I actually drove out to go watch him play.
No,
Not it.
No, I wasn't there. So
burn the gas.
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, and then like I went back and I looked at stats, and he like took like 3, like he was like 3 for 15 every game, and he like took the 3 shots that he made and put it into his video montage.
It's a highlight.
Put it together.
Exactly.
I'm like,
Exactly.
damn.
You can't highlight the misses.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
That was eye opener to me. 'Cause I'm like I really got bamboozled. Like I drove out to go watch this kid play.
Yeah, catfish.
I
basketball
got catfish. like legit. I was like, damn. Like I'm not trying to watch nobody else's highlight. Just send me like legit
Game
full
footage.
game film. Yeah.
And I think like that's why our generation was so good, because it's like we didn't have any of that. It was just like, oh, you're gonna go play Eastern. Oh, you're gonna go play Gates. It was just like, you know, they had good talent. Like there was no social media saying anything. You just knew it because word of mouth. Like that's why we were so good.
For sure.
Exactly.
And now I feel like they're just giving scholarships away. Like they just like, oh, you can dribble with your right hand.
Door,
Sure.
yeah.
There's scholarships in North Carolina University. It's like, what?
Yeah. No, you're absolutely.
So we actually had to like work hard. Now they just like show up. They have, you know, $30 socks on and a knee brace, and it's like, okay, cool. Here's a scholarship to like.
It's getting wild, and a lot of these kids feel entitled.
Yeah,
you're right.
To go on that, a lot of it now is like it's based off of like rankings. Now you see everyone has all these rankings and stuff. So like now, like a lot of coaches are not even like. It's everything's getting lazy. So now the coaches are not even really going out to do their due diligence to say, oh, can this guy really play? No, it's like, oh,
exactly.
He's the second ranked guard in the nation. I'm gonna give him an offer because he's
exactly
somebody has to, you know, and it's not.
I'll give them that though. Like Canada does a very good job of like making like our average talent look extraordinary, like in putting them out there, you know, and getting them looks. Like I'll give them that. They do a really good job. They go to America and they kind of fade out, but you know what? At least they got there.
They got there.
Yeah.
Opportunity. Yeah.
Right. The ones that are like the real talent will stand out in America.
Absolutely.
Because America's a different beast. Like I had coaches calling me out my name, making me want to swing, and I'm not a fighter. Like so.
Yeah. For sure. And it doesn't prepare you. I feel like the kids are not prepared for that when they get to America. It's like, yeah, you could get there, but to me, like staying there is more impressive than going and then coming back and like, oh, she's at Ryerson. It's like, no, stay the whole 4 years, you know, or like if you can,
stay there and get something out of it. Yeah,
that's more of a like that's more impressive to me than just going there, taking an Instagram picture, like, oh, not committed yet, or like, oh, like on a visit. It's like, okay, you're driving by, you only stop there to take a picture. No one invited you on a visit. Like, we don't care if you're uncommitted. You're probably gonna stay uncommitted. Like, okay, cool. But can you dribble a basketball? Do you know when to take a good shot? If someone sent me a tape and half the tape was them if they missed all their shots, but they made good, smart shots at the right times, then I could be like, okay, we can work on you making the shots. At least you know when to take the shots. But what I'm finding is kids don't even know when to take the shots. They have to be told when to take the shots. Like, it's so prescriptive now. They don't use their brains to think. Their parents don't let you like to give them honest feedback. All of the parents think that they're like the best thing walking since friggin' Michael Jordan. It's like, no, guys, we all need to just like take a step back, have a friggin' seat, and be real about what's happening right now, because your kid sucks. But I can't even say that. You can't even say that as a coach, because the kid has like 25 offers from all these stupid schools.
Yeah.
It's like, so you as a coach, you can't even tell them anything because they're like, oh, well, whatever. Like, I'm committed. I'm gonna go on an unofficial visit. It's like, you can't even coach. It's ridiculous.
And that's what there's too many like parent coach too. Like a lot of like I coach young boys, and I find that a lot of these parents have no idea
what it is,
or how it works. But because there's one parent saying, oh, well, my son went here and the coach said this and this and that, and the coach can get him here or go get him this prep or got a scholarship to this school, then it's like, okay, I'm just going to hop on that bandwagon because obviously I want to do what's best for my son. But now you're putting him in a position where nobody can coach this kid because if you don't like how I'm coaching him, you're just going to take him to the next coach. Like there's no loyalty now where in AAU, you used to stay with one team until you left. Now it's like this team and I'm just going to jump to this team. And then even parents now, oh, I don't like how you're coaching my kid. I'm going to start a team. And now there's this team and it's just like, you can't coach kids anymore.
Madness, yo. I agree.
Entitlement, man. That's what it is.
That's the biggest thing. That is the biggest thing. I think I haven't done much coaching, but that's good. You have the coaching perspective as being a basketball player, but I've had the official referee perspective, and it's like the front row seat to these kids. And it's like at one point I hated Curry. I hated Harden. I hated LeBron.
For sure.
That's all I would
all
see.
over the place, yeah.
That's all I would see. Like, oh my Lord. And it's like, man.
They're trying to pull off Curry shots without the practice.
Yeah, like from half court. You're not Curry. And it's like, that's the thing. Like you said it best, Christine. Like he was working behind the scenes. Like Corey blowing up and what we know him as now, he's been working, but he didn't have to post all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these kids just think, okay, and he took these shots from half court, let me go do it. No, there's a bigger world out there when you leave Toronto, Canada, and go play in the US because that's your goal, or go play professional. Mental. And that's the one thing that I would love to stress to them. Any child that want to listen, like you have to keep preparing yourself mentally for this because you're a big fish now. Trust me, you're a big fish. When you go over there, they don't know you.
And they don't care.
They don't care. Exactly. And they
will find another. Yeah. Just like you. Yeah. In a heartbeat.
Like mentally prepare yourself because like my godson, I got him some stuff because, COVID happened and he was doing so well with basketball. He was getting better and everything like that. COVID happened. He said, COVID ruined my life. And I'm like, excuse me? I mean, you could do push-ups. You could do squats. I bought him some resistance bands and a foam roller, everything. Has not used it. And I'm like, this kid is getting better. But as soon as somebody tells him no, or you haven't made the team or something, he's going to crumble. He is going to crumble. Mentally, he's not there. He's not there. He's not prepared yet. And it's like, boy, somebody needs to be like mental coaches or something that need to be in the, like, I have a business right now because a lot of these kids are going to need it. Because
there's so much more than basketball, yeah.
Right? Their parents hype them. These sponsors, they're hyped because they're wearing Nikes and they got all these shoes and
all about money now. All about
yes,
money, right?
coach,
all these AAU programs, they always like it's all about which kid. Like it's not about the kid anymore. It's about this kid has a name. That's dollar sign. So I can bring him
exactly.
It actually makes me sick though. Like does everybody know Elijah Fisher?
Yeah.
The way that I see grown men ogle this kid, it makes me sick.
It's disturbing. Yeah.
I was like, this is so sad. I was like, you're a grown man, and are you really gonna ogle like a 15, 16-year-old kid for your career? Like it's disgusting. When I walked into the gym and the way I see these men talking about this kid, trying to get to this kid, trying to get to his parents. And I was like, oh, is this the world now? Like, this is so sad. Like, are you really trying to ride a 15-year-old tail? Like, it's
trying to get some money, trying to get on.
It's disgusting to me.
It sucks because he's like honestly one of the sweetest kids. Like, I was like, I hope he continues to stay a kid until, he becomes like of that age, because he's
stay
just
a kid
so
for
sweet.
like my advice is just stay a kid as long as you can, man, because like this the whole industry of basketball and youth basketball has, and over the last 5 years, has changed dramatically. Like it's crazy. Like it's not Like when I take teams out down to Vegas, it's not about basketball anymore. It's about, okay, well, we got like this coach here, that coach there.
Yeah.
Okay, like it's not about like, okay, well, these kids are here playing basketball. It's about, oh, this kid's wearing Nike.
Outside.
He's
Who's
on the Nike
sponsored by
court. Who's sponsoring
exactly.
these guys?
Mhm.
And the whole thing has changed, man. And like,
It
like
is.
what
Right.
I'm noticing with a lot of coaches is that they're making false promises to these kids. So like they're telling these kids, okay, well, last year I brought this team down to Vegas. I can get you down to Vegas if you're on my team. Not telling the kid that, oh, he probably won't play, probably's not that good, but I want you on my team. 'Cause I don't want you on that guy's team. It's just, it's turned the whole industry, AAU industry, into just it's cutthroat now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was never like that.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that shift. And it's like I seen that certain coaches used to work with each other, but now they're not.
Competition.
And then I'm just like a neutral person. I just know a bunch of people, right? So it's like, yo, when I go to this person, they're like, yo, this person did this and he was after this money and that sponsor. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's what it's about now. Okay, thank you for, enlightening me about what this is, because I had no idea.
It's literally a business. I remember playing registration was $395. Now these kids are paying $1,500 for registration.
$1,500. $500. My
$1,500 for just to play basketball? Like,
crazy.
That's wild.
And some of them are really charging that with some flimsy jerseys or something like that. And I'm like, what? Yeah. Outdoor practices. What? You don't even have a gym you're charging my
honestly.
And it sucks because a lot of people are, like you were saying, like a lot of these dads, they're just becoming some coach. They have no idea what they're doing.
They just want the best for their kids. That's all it is in the end. I get that, but it's
more than that. Like, just you have to put a lot of trust. What did we lose? Something this
Lauren.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she had to cut.
Okay.
So I want to give Ryan the chance to give her advice.
Hello, hi. Sorry. Jeez, we just really sorry, my bad.
Right? No. Oh, that too. Okay. All right. I appreciate all of your, your chit chat. I agree with everything that you guys are saying. I haven't had the opportunity of coaching in the past few years. I did coach some girls in high school girls basketball. My oldest team, I coach them. So I hear what you guys are saying, but I do feel like there's been a loss in the passion of the game. With some of these young girls, it's like you lose the game and it's like, okay, where are we going tonight? And I'm like, what do you mean where are you going? You're going to your bed. Like, are you going to go read a book? You just lost. And it's not, that was my personal experience with them. So that was something that I found very different from like with us. Like when we played and if you lost, it was like, oh my gosh, the whole weekend is ruined. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm upset.
Mm-hmm.
The girls, it was like, they love it and it's fun, but it wasn't, they weren't as passionate. It was kind of like, oh, all right, moving on to the next game. But that's just my 2 cents on the younger age group. But my advice to upcoming young ballers would be, just like Tashana said, education. I actually had the opportunity of receiving a scholarship because there was another girl that didn't qualify because her grades, not even the SATs, it was just her grades in general didn't qualify. So that is something that, you can go and you practice, but eventually you're gonna get that call. And with that call, they're gonna say, hey, you're gonna need to go to your guidance counselor, get that transcript for me, and have them send it to my school. And don't let that be the walk of shame. Like, I need to go and, talk to the guidance counselor and say, hey, can you give me an A++? You're not, it doesn't work that way. You have to put in the time. Study your books. You'll have your fun. It's a commitment. You're going to have to spend 3 hours on the basketball court practicing. You're going to have to spend, another 10 hours in the week at study table. So you should train yourself from now to prepare yourself for when you get to school. All the fun and all that stuff will come. At the end of the day, your friends, will be your teammates, and those will be your longtime friends. Lauren's actually one of my best friends. She's one of my bridesmaids. So, all the fun and all that stuff and friendships and all that, like, that'll come with you wherever you're going with what you're doing, but focus on practicing, playing ball, and studying your books. Those are my two big cents.
All right. Dope. All right, so before you wrap this up, I just want to reiterate that this is a safe space. So if anybody has any weird food that they didn't get a chance to say earlier, now here is your chance to say it.
Get at me, man.
Keep it to yourself, David.
Get at me, man. That's cool, man. That's cool. I'm gonna find someone out there.
Good luck.
But no, first, before we get to the next thing, just thank you once again for you guys coming on.
Appreciate it.
The conversation was great, and I usually get a little nervous when there's so many people on, because then people are going to talk over everybody and stuff like that, but we handle it like pros. So thanks once again. So we've got to the part of the podcast where we get to promote our social medias and anything that we might possibly be working on. So I'm going to allow the guests to go first. So Christine, would you like to start?
I have nothing to promote.
I appreciate that.
I do not. My social media is private. I like to keep it that way.
Good.
My Instagram's not open. I got picture of family and stuff like that. So
follow me.
Please, follow me at CHide5 Instagram. You get to see my nieces and my nephews. I'm all right.
Love it.
Ryan?
Yeah, I also don't have anything to promote right now. Just, peace and love to everyone during this COVID madness. I totally am promoting the lockdown. That's unpopular opinion, but keep your backside in your yard.
Yep.
Sure, stay safe, man, for sure.
Safety, wellness and prosperity and all them things.
I think prior to having my daughter, like I would have been on the opposite scope. I would have been on like, get me out of the house. I'm not trying to be locked in, but like right now it's like, nah, keep me in the house. I'm not trying to go nowhere.
Right.
So that's
nice.
Definitely where my mind is right now. For sure.
Yeah. Stay inside.
Yeah.
Tashana?
Yes. I'm pretty much same like Christine, private. However, I am starting off something. I'm doing my thing, Dizzle. COVID has brought out some interesting things in myself that I didn't think that would be possible. So it's still in the works, but this is where we are right now so far.
Oh,
Amrose Health and Fitness. So along with
we were supposed to work out together, Tashana.
Listen, well, my situation. My situation with my knee and everything like that. So we're definitely getting there. And once things are set up, I'll definitely forward some more information to you guys and just get the word out. But this is definitely an opportunity for my way of giving back to the community. So I can't wait to really share more with you guys. But since we're in a space where we're just sharing and talking and stuff like that. But I'm really excited. About this venture because it's time. It's overdue.
Mm-hmm.
It's overdue. We gotta really start doing for ourselves and for our community. And I love this platform. Thank you guys so much for having me. This was great. It was like a little reunion.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all for sure.
It was just good vibes. It's just really good vibes. So necessary, especially these times.
Thank you. Jermaine.
My Instagram handle, MAIRCREED, and a personal trainer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So see, look at that.
Yeah.
We can connect. We can talk.
I would inquire, but then that, like, I can't commit right now. It's just,
Yeah, I'm doing a bunch of Zoom trainings right now, so I'm just taking advantage of the situation right now.
Hey,
can't get
Okay.
there.
that's what's up.
Like, I know unless it's like one-on-one, person to person, I'm just not like I used to be. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
when you were in college or younger, you could just go into the weight room and it's like, let me lift or let me
Get
go
into
and
it,
run. Now,
Now is
in my
you gotta,
30s,
you gotta plan it. You gotta like, yeah,
You have to stretch.
Everything's mental, man. Everything's mental.
definitely stretch.
Yes, Ryan.
Yeah.
Definitely stretch. Yes.
thank
You
you,
know what I
Ryan.
mean?
Exactly.
You have to stretch. Yes.
Facts.
Learning that.
That's a fact. That's how I tore my Achilles. Thanks, Mayor.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, I've been noticing that a lot with men. Like they've haven't played ball for a while, and then they start playing ball, and it's their Achilles. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
It's like the most common thing that I've been
Gotta
hearing.
Gotta stretch, yo.
Gotta stretch. Facts.
Coach.
Yeah. I mean, my IG is real deal _Francis. But yeah, I ain't doing not a damn thing. I'm home, man. We just got put on lockdown. Last week or this week, whatever that date was, got put
We're
on
going
lockdown.
into week 2.
Some home
So-
workouts, man.
But it's
Yeah, on lockdown,
Let's get
so
it.
I ain't doing nothing. Like I'm here chilling, so that's it, man. That's it.
Yeah.
I always go at the end because I have the longest one. So
Oh, no, wait, then don't go yet.
yeah.
Let
Don't go
me
yet.
cut you off. So sorry. Sorry. So Lauren, she does scrub and butter. So she has a company where she works on those pores and making sure your skin looks smooth and stuff. So it's scrub and butter on Instagram. Awesome stuff. I clearly don't use enough. But her stuff is like really good. So
Stuff.
okay.
I'll make sure to post it at the
Put that in
bottom.
there, yep.
The
Scrub
whole
and
time.
butter.
scrub and butter.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think she's having like a 30% discount for Cyber Monday or something like that. So
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll
Right.
definitely include that for sure.
yeah, so there's that, and then
Support Black
personal trainer-
businesses for sure.
Straight up.
Yes. And then if you guys ever need like weight sets, portable weight sets, we're selling those as well. So it's like a box full of like a barbell and 2 dumbbells, and you have it all in a box and on some wheels, and you can put it together. It comes up to I think 140 pounds.
Oh.
Just for anyone that's looking for some heavy duty weights. Just because everyone was talking about personal training, I'm like, there's weights that are for sale.
That's good. That's
Putting
good.
that out
That's good.
there.
Yep.
Okay.
Much stretch
We're
first.
gonna talk.
Yes.
Yes.
Actual.
All right. So follow me at the Senator, Instagram and Twitter. Don't forget to check out the Not So Soft podcast with myself, Nino Rockwell, and Kino the Great. It comes out every Friday. Don't forget to check out my Twitch stream with the SL Entertainment team every Sunday from 8 to late. That's Mountain Time, and that's 10 to late Eastern Time. So that's twitch.tv/SL_ENT. Don't forget to check out my personal Twitch channel. I'm going to be doing some midday streams during the week now. So that's twitch.tv/thesenator1. Don't forget to follow the Chatroom Podcast Instagram page at the.chatroompod. If you have any takes or if you have any opinions on any of the stuff that we've discussed today, don't forget to email them to thechatroompod@gmail.com. We're always checking those, and we're always trying to find new ways to make this pod bigger and better. Also, we got merch in the works, so just be on the lookout for that, because once that drops, you're definitely going to want to get it. We have some really good concepts happening right now. Shout out to Purple Paintbrush for assisting with that. And yeah, I think that's the end of all my plugs. Before we wrap this up, once again, I know we've done it twice, but third time's the charm. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you, ladies.
Appreciate y'all for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
The concept of this podcast was just a group chat, and we've actually expanded a lot bigger than what we originally wanted it to be. And we couldn't do that without help and guests like you yourselves joining us. So we want to thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Thank you.
And this has been the Chatroom Podcast, your favorite baller's favorite podcast, and we are out. Peace.
Later.
Peace. Blessings.